last week. And what was the score then? Do you remember, Christian? My bet is on Flipper, but don't kick the camera, please. Okay, here we start in the game. Flipper against Malmö Triton. Flipper in blue and Malmö in white. So here is Flipper pushing on the basket of Malmö, and the Malmö right now, the Malmö player succeed in keeping them at least body length away from the basket. But Flipper is fighting into the of Malmö. They go really hard. It is they don't wait for the gap. They want to open up the gap, and they push in really hard. Nice forechecking here and defending from Anne-Sophie, the only woman in the Malmö team. And Flipper is really pushing hard. They are going in quite strong, and they don't hesitate. So now we have an open basket.
Yeah,
yes.
But Malmö just rescued the
yes,
situation.
but
they counted as a goal. It was not.
It was in. Yes, it was completely. He just pulled it out at once, but it was inside under the ring, definitely. So it's a first goal for Flipper in this match.
I mean, 2 minutes after the beginning of the game, already have a score for Flipper, and now we're in the middle field, and Malmö is trying to fight for the ball, but Flipper recovered it and is trying to start a counter attack. But there's a very good forechecking, sorry, and I'm not hungry. Forechecking of Malmö, and so far, I mean, apparently last week, I don't know if it was 10-1. This is information that we're having, and apparently Malmö is also lacking the key players. But nevertheless, they're doing a good job so far. Flipper is doing a better job, but Malmö is holding, and it's even though. Yes, I mean they're creating. Flipper is really creating a little bit of a stress at the basket, pushing, and Malmö just recover the ball and swimming a counter attack, and but it's not fast enough. I mean Flipper.
And it's on a constant pressure from Flipper. Even the counter attack was followed by the Flipper players. And now we have an attack on the close side, at the wall, next to the wall, on the Flipper basket. But Flipper recovered the ball and is on the surface now. There's a call from the referee, free throw against Flipper.
Yeah. Well, so far. Malmö is doing quite well.
Yeah, if they wouldn't have got this goal in the first 2 minutes, it would be would quite look good right now. But
well, but probably I mean Flipper now scored the one goal, and now it's like
holding back.
They're just not holding back. I wouldn't say that, but they don't need, well, I don't know, 1-0 is still not a lot, so to make sure you're going to win it, maybe 3-0 would be a more secure result.
We have a Malmö player on the basket of Flipper.
So
and second one took the place.
We have one Malmö player on the basket of Flipper. I know that you just said and repeated it because as you put some emphasis. I was just surprised.
They didn't succeed.
No,
and they had to leave the basket, and now there's a Flipper goalie there again. But Malmö is quite close now to the basket of Flipper and putting pressure there, and there are gaps, but the ball is not really in possession of Flipper, but they control it.
Orca will play in 3 hours time, so I don't know what time is in the US in the area you are.
There was a call from a referee. It's a free throw against Flipper, and the goalie is staying on goal. Defense are already up.
Yes, no, but Malmö is really doing quite well. I mean, if the last week they lost 10-1, then already half time and of the first half and just one goal. It's not bad. Now Flipper is coming in counter-attack with 3 players, and the goalie from Malmö arrives on time, and the defender arrives a little bit later. But Ann-Sophie could recover the ball and pass it to one of the players being on the bottom. The ball is just flying around, and one of the Malmö players finally got it, trying to do the counter-attack. One of the Flipper players grabbed him on the arm, tried to stop it, but they are passing the ball well until that pass was intercepted, one of the Flipper, and then one from Malmö intercept that pass, and now we are all on top of the Flipper basket. We can't see much because a lot of bubbles around, a lot of fight, a lot of movement. It's amazing how many bubbles right now. It's more than before.
Yeah, they jump in a different angle. It's 3 minutes left in this first half. Flipper against Malmö, and it's a tough game, and already Flipper is leading. They scored in the first 2 minutes, and
so now we have Flipper trying to recover a little bit, being in possession of the ball and moving around the basket. We have 1 against 3, and there's another Flipper player that went on the other side, and the referees trying, I don't know what kind of fault, talking to one of the players. And now there's a free throw against Flipper, so that gives Malmö the chance to recover a little bit. They are doing, playing a good match, and now we have Malmö attacking, and they just lost the ball. I mean, the foretaking of Flipper is very effective, and still we have one of the players from Malmö trying to get closer to the basket, trying to pass to their playmate right from the basket, but that ball was intercepted almost by a Flipper player. Them fighting over the ball now in the surface with a cluster, 2 Malmö and 1 Flipper players, and they keep fighting. Let's see when the ball fell. I mean, now it's passed down to one of the Flipper players, and he's trying to swim towards the Malmö basket, but it's been intercepted. There's a lot of forechecking, and the teams don't really let a lot of open space for the counters to go through. And this, this is great to break, to stop the attack, and that already helped a lot. 1-0 so far, and 1 minute left of the first half.
So Malmö does quite good in this game, as far as I see.
Yeah, Malmö is attacking now, and Flipper is defending quite well. I mean, even though Malmö is doing a couple of attacks, they haven't managed to put Flipper under stress, really. But Flipper has managed in the few times that attacked Malmö to put Malmö a little bit more under stress. There was a little bit more chaos on the basket, and Malmö when Flipper was attacking. Right now we have 2 players of Malmö that just lost the ball, and the Flipper player recovered and was trying to pass it so to do a counterattack, but he's now fighting with 2 Malmö players. He's holding the ball. There's 2 blue, 2 white. Actually, they should be, leaving 1 against 1, and that's a little bit of waste of manpower to have 4 players on the surface fighting for the ball. It just, takes energy away. And now we have the break. 1-0 for Flipper. The Malmö players are really playing a great match. I mean, I was informed that the last week when they played it was 10-1 for Flipper. So right now that they got just the 1 score shows that there's having an improvement, or they're playing better, or they learned from the last week game. We have 2 minutes break to go still. They are having a talk, maybe trying to discuss how they can improve and maybe try to hold better, or to score and try to get the match around. And still 2 minutes to go. You can tell, I mean, both teams are quite quiet, very calm, and
they are concentrated here in this situation. And the game is not decided yet. Malmö still has they did quite well in the first half. They only caught 1 goal, so there's still a possibility for them to equalize. They had a chance, 1 or 2 chances to go for the goal of Flipper. And if you have a lucky shot, 1-0 is still not a decided game.
No, but Flipper is a little bit more dominating in the game right now. Although Malmö is doing a great job, but it can be turned around the things actually. And if Flipper, maybe they were overconfident because last week they won 10-1. That can be also an issue. It's so important that when you go into the water, you don't underestimate your opponent. And I'm not saying Flipper did or so. I'm just talking as a rule. I mean, a lot of times when we are playing, you knew that the other team was normally weaker, and you went to the water thinking, it's going to be an easy game. And then, well, first we got to score before we could start fighting and recovering the game. So sometimes that's happening. These have been a couple of matches already for each team. They are tired. It's difficult to keep the concentration, and that can make a difference. Sorry.
We had many requests where to get these T-shirts we're wearing. Well, they were present from the Orca players to us, so you have probably think they're from Guasapro.
Yeah.
The design T-shirt underwater rugby style design from Pachin and Lilo. So we're back in the game. Flipper against Malmö Triton. Flipper is leading 1-0 against Malmö, and Malmö I think does quite a good job now, staying up to the task, keeping Flipper away. It's a 1-0, and Malmö could be lucky, but right now they are again under pressure here. It's not impossible, but if Flipper controls the game like they did in the first half, it will be difficult for Malmö to score. So we have an attack on Flipper now. They want to make it clear it was not an accident. They scored, so they go for the second goal, but they are heavily attacked by the forechecking of Malmö Triton, and try to build their attack pattern around the basket of Malmö. And but there is not really a gap in the defense. There was a Malmö player taking the goal from Flipper, but the ball carrier was tackled away, and now the ball is free. Ann-Sophie almost regained it in the forechecking. She does quite well against the Flipper players, and Yeah, she succeeded, and now Malmö is going on the attack on the basket of Flipper, and this is one of the chances that don't seem impossible for Malmö to score here. So again, Flipper is regaining the ball. They were leading, time is ticking for them, and they are now in the corner.
Yeah, but great game. I mean, still 1-0, and they are doing a good job recovering and defending. They're being, in position, and Flipper looks like, I mean, they're trying to play safe. I mean, now they pass it to one underneath the goalie, and he's trying to score from he's on the back of the goalie, but it got pulled away by a defender of Malmo, and they recovered the ball and then swimming a counter attack toward Flipper's side. The Flipper players just got into position. The basket was open for a little bit, but the Flipper players recovered the ball, and they're trying to swim away. But Malmo is, foretaking, trying to stop. Let's see, we're now in the middle of the pool. Both teams do a great foretaking. They stop each other on the spot, more or less. Although now Flipper, got away, and it's 2 meters away from the Malmo basket. Malmo players are into position. So far, they always have got the time, and they changed from offensive into the defense very fast. There's a referee
call from the referee. They go to the surface. Free throw against Flipper. It looks like. Yeah, don't see what the foul play was. Malmö player is waiting for his players to assemble. And he gave it back to one player who is trying to come through the open side. Two players are support him, and now we are just in front of the Flipper basket. One player is trying to push through this whole defense. There's a lot of body weight now in front of the Flipper basket, and we have a short cluster on the surface right on top of the
great
basket.
job, both teams. They are doing a very, very good job, and Malmo is trying to score, to turn the game around, and they keep the ball possession also quite well and try to get closer to the basket of Flipper, but Flipper is doing a great job keeping them away, at least 3 meters away, and now they recover the ball and trying to start the attack towards Malmo basket. And Malmo players already into position, the defender on position, the goalie, the foretakers, and now Flipper has to swim around, and doing this gives already time to Malmo to recover a little bit of a breath. Now they're attacking from above, but Malmo is quite under control of the situation. Just changing the goalie, we can't see much, but apparently Flipper attacker had to move, to withdraw, to start the attack from another angle, because the foretaking were defending very well. They are on the close side, and they are trying to approach the goal, but the foretakers are keeping the Flipper, or kept until now. Now they are by the defender, and they keep pushing the Flipper's players away, and Flipper is in a very, possession of the ball, and then they take their time to build up the attacks. They make sure that if they go in, they can withdraw with the ball, and now we have the Flipper play from the back on the goalie. I almost saw the ball going in, but there was a good defense, and right now we have one of the Flippers on top, but the goalie of Malmo just made it to cover the basket. That was a close one, and this is what I mean. Flipper, it's dominating. Malmo is doing a good job, but still the situations that Flipper create, or the mistakes were more than the other way around, in the stress also that they caused by attacking. But as you see, Flipper is not taking really big risks. They are in possession of the ball, 3 minutes to go, and they're taking it easy. I mean,
yeah, and the clock is ticking now for Flipper. But when Christian predicted will be easy peasy for Flipper to win this game, it's well, then it's an amazing feature we see here from Malmö missing, according to Christian, its key players. They're doing quite well. Or we see Flipper slowing down, but I don't see that. They try to score, they try to go in, but I think it's not in this whole game. It wasn't impossible for Malmö to score two. Now we have the second goal.
And that was very good attack, and just went through the back of the Malmö goalie, and that's its second goal.
It's a 2-0 now for Flipper, and a little bit more than 2 minutes left in this match. Yes, it's earned by Flipper. They dominated the game, but it wasn't that clear the whole time. Malmö did a good job.
We have almost 300 people watching, and next game is going to be the Finnish team against the Czechs. But 1.5 minutes to go, and Flipper is just in possession of the ball, and just want to keep it that way, surely. They are taking the time to attack. They are just, passing the ball in the close corner and not really taking any risk. And Malmö is trying to, do the forechecking and some pressure so that they have to pass and they have to attack to see if they can get the ball and try to do a counter-attack. But Flipper is very calm and just, keep controlling the ball, keep passing it, no hesitation, and just waiting the time just to finish. Another trying to achieve another attack, but was not successful. Still, they go in with the ball, they try, and if they're not succeed, then they withdraw and try with another angle. So that's the way of doing it. I've seen a lot of games where the players just had the first wave and then just lost the ball right there. And this is not the way that you can do pressure and a score, actually. We have another attack from Flipper, and Malmö defending. We have few Flipper players, but the ball was recovered by Malmö, and they are swimming.
Last chance, 10
the
seconds
last
left.
chance to do maybe one score,
That's
but
it.
all the Flippers are on top of the Malmö player, and no chance for him, and that was it. 2-0 for Flipper. Congratulations to the Danish team.
So yeah, Flipper did win, and it was a tough game for Malmö. It was exhausting, and you can see the body language of the Malmö players. They are not happy with the end of the game. Probably there was it was possible for them to have a better result.
Yeah, because they in the first 2 minutes of the first half they Flipper score, and then they fought very hard to defend, and they almost got the second goal just 2 minutes before the end. So yeah, I can understand if they're angry.